this as C Grade. And I think to our participants, those who have joined us on Zoom, as well as on Facebook or Twitter, we welcome you. So I'll go straight into it. I think before we even started the meeting, George was just asking to say, what is the relationship between C Grade and 543? And it's always a question which we get, and I think it's just a nice way to start the webinar. So C Grade Zambia is a subsidiary of C Grade International, based in South Africa, and we started off with the brand name C Grade, but it was a name that didn't quite resonate with people. You know, our journey dates back to 2008, and I think in 2010, 2011, we used to sell airtime through guards in South Africa. So guards would be selling airtime using USSD, so *130 *543 hash. But then the challenge we faced there was whenever they would go deposit to put money in their accounts, they couldn't say the name C Grade. So they would say cigarette or grade, or they had funny names that they would come up with. So we decided we needed to come up with a brand name that people couldn't quite butcher, and we thought it's a brand name which should be able to work in any market that we are in, and wasn't specific to any particular market. And we said, since our short code was *130 *543, you know, why not just go with 543? You know, and you now question to say, what about Konse Konse? So Konse Konse means everywhere in Nyanja as well as in Bemba. In Zim, we actually were going with 543 Kwese Kwese. So that was even before Kwese TV. We just didn't trademark the phrase Kwese Kwese, which we eventually did for Konse Konse in Zambia. In Ethiopia, we've got 543 Behulum Bota. I don't think I have the logo with. And in Ghana, we've got 543 Bebia. So it has worked out for us, the same brand name 543, because it resonates in all the markets. I must say, we still find variations of 543. You do get people saying 543, you know, so it's not like it's just worked out with all markets. Now, in terms of the webinar, what I will do is I will take you through at least who 543 is. Then we'll go through the different payments products that we have. We understand that the audience that we have today is not necessarily people who are software developers. This could be business personnel that are looking to collect payments for their business, and they're trying to see how they can work with 543 on collections of payments. So we will touch a lot on this, just the generic payments. Then maybe for those who are very keen on the integration of systems into 543 systems, we've got a section for that. So in terms of 543, you know, we define ourselves, you know, as you know, we process payments by connecting consumers, merchants, and issuers. So there's three actors within our ecosystem. So the customer, the merchant, and the issuer. And with whatever we do, you know, that's sort of our true compass to guide us on whatever we're doing, to say, is this about us or is it not about us? And I'll give you an example. When I say we process payments by connecting consumers, merchants, and issuers, if I am going to a filling station and I want to pay for a chocolate at the filling station is the merchant, I am the customer, and the money is probably coming out of my MTN money. So in that scenario, we have processed a payment by connecting the three. If I were to go to a home shop and I want to withdraw money from my Stanbic account, Stanbic is the issuer, I'm the consumer, the home shop is the merchant. So you will see that with all the products, these three actors are within our ecosystem. And I should reiterate that all that we do, I think another thing that guides us is the solution that we're providing adding any convenience to the players within our ecosystem. So are we improving your life through these convenient services, And I think it's also important to note that we're also not solely driven by profit. I think our desire is to honestly make a difference in the products that we develop. We recently launched tax payments through WhatsApp on Tuesday with the Zambian Revenue Authority, and it's products like that which we feel make a difference in our communities and not necessarily add to our bottom line. In terms of our markets, I think I may have hinted that we are in Ethiopia and in Ghana. I know the map shows Zimbabwe. Yes, we do have a registered entity in Zimbabwe, but we're not operational. Ghana is not showing on the map, but the markets that we are very prevalent in is Zambia, Ethiopia being the operational countries, as well as Ghana through our partnership with Airtel Tigo. In SA, that's where our holding company is. That's where our software development team is, as well as that's where our board sits for the group entity. In terms of solutions, our solutions, I think, you can look at it now to say, okay, so what do we have? So we started off when back in 2008, somewhere there, and our core focus was selling of airtime and processing bill payments. And we've done that quite a lot, but our business has evolved, So from a Zambian perspective, I know people know that you can find 543 everywhere. We've got over 6,000 agents across the country. Of those 6,000 agents, they use our Konse Konse machines. Roughly about 4,400 somewhere there use our POS terminals. Then we've got about 1,000 who use USSD, so our star 543 hash USSD code. Then we've got just over 100 who use our online channel. And we also have partnerships with banks. So if you are buying airtime from Standard Bank, or rather Stanbic in Zambia, or Investrust, Indo-Zambia Bank, Finca, Standard Chartered Bank, Madison Finance, quite a lot of these banks in the background, they've integrated into Konse Konse. So you will notice that airtime and bill payments, they're actually aggregated through 543. So from an EVD point of view, so the electronic voucher distribution, it's mostly just about distribution of electronic vouchers. So these airtime and the bill payments. From the bill payments point of view, we do have a lot of billers. These range from airtime to prepaid TV with MultiChoice, with Topstar, to insurance with the likes of Madison Life, data with Liquid Telecom, tax now with Zambia Revenue Authority. We're going to be putting water as well as pension with NAPSA. So the EVD product has quite a lot of the billers. I also haven't mentioned the long distance bus tickets with Afribus. So it's our very old business line, but then the new business lines is our merchant payments. With our merchant payments business, we've got it's basically a product which we launched last year, but has become more relevant in 2020 thanks to COVID, because customers do not want to use cash, and because they don't want to use cash, we've got this solution which allows people to now pay using their phones and not necessarily swiping your card or anything. The way the product works, I think I'll demonstrate later, is where you give the merchant your mobile number, and they enter the number either on the till or on our machine or on the phone, and the customer is prompted to enter the PIN on their phone. And once they do that, the transaction is done. So there's zero contact, no need to swipe, no need to pass on cash or anything. So that's our second product. So that's our merchant payments. Then cash withdrawals, this serves the need from the banks and customers. Zambia is also very unique in the sense that, Zambia is very big, but then we've got very few ATMs. And if you do find some of the ATMs, sometimes they don't work. So as a natural evolution of C-Grade, we said we've got all these agents that are processing airtime and bill payments. How about they also become points of presence where I can do my withdrawals as well as deposits? So you find that the local home shop or or the filling station or the pharmacy is a place where you can actually do your withdrawal and your deposit for your bank. So you'll see some of the banks and the mobile money operators that we have. So that's the withdrawals and deposits. And you will notice from what I've just, from the three new products, that there is that correlation of the merchant, issuer, as well as the customer. Because when you're depositing at an agent, that's the merchant, and you're the customer, and your issuer could be Airtel Money or whoever. And then we've got ancillary services such as bulk payments, USSD aggregation, as well as SMS aggregation. So bulk payments is just saying, you know what, if you want to pay salaries to multiple people, you can just use our bulk payment solution, or you want to distribute money to multiple people, you can use our bulk payment solution. Now, in terms of channels, I don't have a sample of Konse Konse POS, but we have got over 4,400 of these terminals. Then we've got our online channel, then we've got our USSD *543#, and we've got customers who transact on our WhatsApp channel on that number there. You just save that number, you send hello, and you're able to transfer funds, buy airtime, pay taxes, do withdrawals, pay merchants, and the like. Then web services, this is the channel that people use now to integrate into our system when you have your own distribution channels. Now, in terms of issuers available, so we do have Airtel Money, MTN Money, Zamtel, Investrust, Indo, Alasmara for their Tenga product. But these are the issuers that we have integrated directly with. But we're also now part of the National Financial Switch. And as being part of the National Financial Switch, that means that customers can do withdrawals and deposits for all the issuers that are within the National Financial Switch. So currently, Kelvin Bank and eTumba are live, but we believe that all the banks should be live by the end of the year, which makes it easy for customers or for merchants to now say, let me have a Konse Konse account, which gives me access to all the issuers rather than opening accounts with the different issuers. Then from a demonstration point of view, I think I'll just start demonstrating so that at least you can see how some of these solutions work. And just give me a moment. So, so from a POS terminal point of view, some of our devices look like this. I know it says Spectra. Normally at the back it's Konse Konse's logo, but just for illustrative purposes, this is how some of our devices look. So I'll start off by demonstrating our, I'll try and show you how a payment is done online. So if you go to online.543.co.zm and I log in, I hope you all can see this. So let's just take, for instance, for airtime and bill payments, as a merchant, you can sell vouchers using this particular platform. You can also do multiple vouchers, but this is a solution which is used by corporates quite a lot. You've got the likes of Hollard and Masepa Path. The NGOs use this service quite a bit. But I just want to demonstrate how a payment is done. Let's say I own a shop and I don't really have a machine. I don't have my USSD menu, my USSD phone, but I've got access to 543 using my desktop in the office or in the shop or whatever it is. This is how a payment is done. Let's say I am paying I'm the one paying this particular merchant. It's the same account, but I think the demonstration will work. So I'll put in my mobile number, 0966-977-169. And let's say I'm paying 3 kwacha, for instance. So if I say process payment, so it asks me that. Then on as the customer, you'll get just a moment. So as the customer, you're prompted to enter your PIN 12345. Hello. I don't know if this is still showing. Connection to device. Please allow me to reconnect my phone. Can you see that? Okay. George, I don't know if you can confirm if you can see what's on my phone.
Yes, Kelvin, we can see.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and do this transaction again. So if I do this, okay, so now it tells me you're about to process a payment. Okay, great. So in this case, I have processed the payment. I've processed the payment, but then I can see that from my account here, I actually don't have money. That's why it's now saying insufficient funds. But this is a typical way for someone to process a payment. So that's how someone would process the payment. But let's say if I have, I'm trying to process a cash withdrawal, let's say from, let's say I'm trying to process a cash deposit from an MTN account. One can actually just go to MTN and put in the same mobile number, 966 977 169. I'm gonna do 5 kwacha. Mwaka, on your side, are you able to just credit my account with, say, I don't know, 20 kwacha or something so that I can process this transaction? Are you there?
Yes, I am. Just need to check my account if I've got that, but I can try and see what I have.
Where's he? I don't know, maybe where's your Peter? So maybe as the guys are trying to, it's unfortunate, I don't know why I don't have money in my account. I usually have a lot of money. It says a lot about C grade that, you know, we're not boxed up. But anyway, I'll come back maybe to the demonstration online and maybe just show you how you can do the transaction, maybe say from WhatsApp. So from WhatsApp, if you see here, so the first thing on WhatsApp, let's say you want to register, the first thing that you do is you save this number, this +260 211 840008. That's our number. And when you save this number, and if you guys want to try it out maybe as I do this demonstration. So if you save this number and you send the message to say hello, when you say hello, you can see they're saying, hi, Kelvin, but I'm already registered. If you're not registered, it will use your mobile number to go to the different issuers that are on 543 to say, do you know this customer? So in this case, if I type, say, change, it's going to do a similar thing that it will do when I say hello. But in this case, it's showing me that I have an Investress account, I have a 543 account, and an MTN account. Now from just going around, I'm able now to pick a default account. So let's say in this case, I pick 543 as my default account. Now, if I want to check my balance, there's different ways for one to check their balance or to transact or whatever it is. I'll just demonstrate how I can check my balance using WhatsApp. So if I say balance, now it asks me for my 543 PIN, and I put in my PIN, and I've got 65 where I see Mwaka, and the guys haven't managed to give me any money. So you're able, have you?
I'm about to send, sorry.
Oh, okay. So maybe I think when you do send the money, I should be able to see it, and I can demonstrate further. So on this particular service, so we can see that oh, there we go. So you can see a WhatsApp message has just come through to say, Kelvin, you've received 20 kwacha, as well as an SMS to show that I received this. So let's just say I want to buy airtime. I want to buy 2 kwacha. So if I just type buy 2, it knows I'm an MTN customer, and it knows my default account is 543. So I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now in this case, so you can see the SMSs start coming through. If you see there, so MTN 2 kwacha has come through. So you can do so much from our WhatsApp platform. But I think for the purpose of this particular webinar, WhatsApp is only relevant because, you know, it keeps the default account. And I'll come back to the default account because it's relevant for things like bulk payments, merchant payments, and things like that. So just to show you how this all ties up now back to the web portal. So now on my account, I should have at least, oh, I think someone sent me more money because I see I'm now on 33 kwacha. So let's say I'm depositing into an MTN account. So if I do that, so I'm depositing into my MTN account, and that's, by doing this, the money should have gone through. And if I come back to my phone here, I should be able to see SMSs come through to say there's so much that has been created. So there's 5 kwacha that has been created by MTN account. So in terms of the platform, I think I could go on the different services that we have in terms of the web portal. Merchants are able to use this particular solution to sell airtime, accept payments, do deposits, withdrawals, as well as the bulk payments, the bulk transfers that I was talking about. And the bulk transfers, it's one way, if I'm sending money, you don't have to put in the customer's bank details. Say I'm putting your account number and your branch code. You literally put in you only put in the mobile number and amount. And you're going to ask now to say, if I put in the mobile number and amount, how does it know which bank to go to? So based on the selection of the default account from my WhatsApp profile, it will now pick to say, okay, Kelvin, your default account is 543, so your money should go to 543. And if it so happens that I have not registered, it will go to my default mobile network operator mobile money account. So that makes it easy now for people to actually say, okay, I need to send money to someone. So we just load a bulk file and they get money into their preferred accounts. So if you're sending money to someone, they have to choose their default account where the money is going through. So on the web portal, there's quite a lot. I think you can create the accounts. I'll show you how to create 543 accounts, and you can peruse through the different options. Then if I come back now to say the USSD menu, on USSD, how it works is, let's say I dial *543#. So if I put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's my PIN there. Now, you can see that similar options like you saw on the online portal are also here. Say, okay, say I am, I don't know, I want to do, I want to sell airtime. Wow, I chose payment. So in this case, if I'm taking a merchant payment, put in my number 1966977 169. I put in the, say, 2 kwacha. I confirm. So because I'm doing it on my same account, I don't know if my push will come through, but ideally, oh, it says something about, I think it's because I'm using the same account, so the push didn't come through. But you can see that from a USSD menu point of view, you know, it's very similar to the web portal. If merchants want to use this to accept, say, withdrawals, on the withdrawal option, we've got, you can withdraw by code or you can withdraw by selecting the bank. These are the different banks that are available. So in terms of the options, there's different ways for people to actually transact, and it just depends on the size of the business to say, okay, do I need to use a phone? Do I need to go online? You know, so it's just dependent on the type of business. So if I go back now to my initial presentation, if you just give me a moment. So from the initial presentation, just give me, let me just expand this. So we went through the USSD and online, and we also showed you the default account on WhatsApp and how it's relevant. Now, for those that are tech savvy, and you probably asking to say, so how do I integrate into 543? So we've got what we call EVD APIs, with the payments APIs, the cash in and cash out APIs, as well as the SMS API. And the links for these APIs are here. And if you want to create your own test account, you know, you can create by going to the register page here. I think I can just open up so that you can also see. I don't know if you're seeing this, the registration page, or maybe, Mark, I don't know if you guys can see it.
No, we can't.
Okay.
Still.
Okay, let me share the registration page. So this is the registration page. So it's a very basic registration to being this is the basic registration which just requires just one to enter the NRC or just an NRC and selfie. Nothing more is really needed. Once you enter your information, you'll be registered within about 15 minutes. And yeah, so that's, let me just, so I just want to show you again the WSDL. So if I were to share this, just give me a moment. So I just have messages popping up, which may be disturbing. Okay, so this is the WSDL for those that are tech savvy. I don't know if you can see it. Moka, is it showing on your side there?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I won't go into depth on the WSDL. What I will do, however, is I'm gonna just share just some of the API documents to just quickly peruse through them. So So this is the EVD API documents, or rather document, and from what you can see here, I mean it's quite wordy. There's so much, but I think for tech people, you will notice that there's different functions that we have on this in this API document, like, you know, generating cash out codes, initiating payments. How do you get your check your balance, getting the balance due on an account? You know, so it's quite techy, and but I think if you do want the documentation, these are open APIs. There's nothing like NDAs for you to have access to these. It's something that I think you can drop us. Maybe you can leave us your contact details, and we'll send you mail on the API document. So this is mostly on EVD and payments, but we also have what you call it, SMS, as well as USSD API documents, which means that if you want to do bulk SMSs or you want to receive SMSs, you can also integrate into our SMS relay. It's a bit different from our payments as well as EVD APIs, fairly straightforward. I must highlight though that for SMSs, we only work with companies who have their own ZICTA certificate for the SMS shortcodes. Then for USSD relays, it's also follows the same thing, similar thing to the SMS API, and similar HTTP posts. So I know that we may have guys who are not on the tech side, so I will not really touch much on the integration. I think these are things that if anyone has questions or wants to get the documents, I know some of my colleagues in the call is Wezi as well as Peter, Wezi is our project manager and Peter is our IT manager. They'll be able to guide on how to integrate. Let me just go back to the main presentation.
So Kelvin, according to the poll that we did, we have, in the room, we have about 33% who are developers and 67% who are not developers. Yeah. So just that feedback.
Thanks for that, George. So now I think we've gone through the API documents. Now you're saying, how do I become a merchant? So you can become a merchant by just going to online253.co.zm, register similar to the sandbox registration panel. You just need NRC and selfie, but we should highlight that because of the Bank of Zambia regulations, when you register, your account will have very little limits. I think you will only be allowed to transact up to 5,000 kwacha. So if you do need higher limits, your account will need more KYC information. So it's something that I think our team will be able to guide on. People can also open accounts at our pay points as well as the head office. We've got, I think, about 5 pay points in Lusaka. Then we've got a pay point in Chipata, in Choma, in Dola, and Kitwe. And we've got points of presence as well as in Solwezi and in Chingola. But becoming an agent is as simple as going online. Now, I think that wraps up my presentation of the different channels and the different ways for people to actually take payments through 543. So I think from if there's any takeaway that you can get from this is that you could be a hair salon owner and you want to take mobile money payments. The solution could be as simple as you just opening an account and using your phone and dialing *543#, or you could be a little bit sophisticated, you're a barber and you want to actually take the payments online, you can use the same online platform. Or if your shop is busy, you're a supermarket, we can give you a POS terminal. You can now sell airtime and bill payments, take payments, do withdrawals and deposits from our POS terminal. Or if you are a sophisticated tech company and you now want to incorporate your existing channels, you will actually use you're going to use the integration through our web services. If you can allow me just to do one more demonstration, which I had forgotten, I'm going to show you. I know that we've got some. I'm just trying to look at the list of participants here. I know we've got some members who are not from Zambia, and I just want to show you how we order food in Zambia and how you pay for food delivery in Zambia. Just give me a moment. So, so if you see here, there is this company called Tigmo Eats. Now, with Tigmo Eats, this is the equivalent of Uber Eats in Zambia. Now, if, for instance, I want to order, I don't know, since I don't have enough money in my account, I'm just going to see if I can find, let's see, this is a supermarket. So I'm going to go to Cheers. I hope I can find something from Cheers. Okay, there's this antiseptic. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to order this. Now, if I go to view cart and I select proceed, I think it's asking me where I want this to go. I don't know why. Delivery address. I don't know why it's asking for this. It should have picked this up already. Let me just say. Why isn't it picking it up? This is not our app. I should just put it out there. Address. Just trying to see. If you just don't mind me, I'm just going to close this app and start again. Maybe it'll perform better. Maybe this thing is still. For some reason, I don't know why the app is not picking my location. But what I was going to show you here is, let me just try one more time. Let me pick maybe restaurant. Maybe if I pick eatery, I'm gonna order pizza. I don't know if that'll work. I'll add that. Then I view my cart. Okay, select address. Oh, finally. Okay, so it has picked this. So now what I wanted to show you is you can see the payment options. Airtel Money, MTN, Mobile Money. So in this case, if I were now to select, say, 543, and I continue. So now for me to order food, I don't have to put in my credit card, but now it's saying please not refresh, just sending PIN. So I know I don't have money, so this should fail. So when I put in insufficient funds, it's saying there at the bottom. But ideally, my transaction would have gone through and the delivery company will be sending the food to my house. So you can see how they have integrated their app into our system through the APIs. So we've got quite a number of companies, who have done something similar. I can show you, say, with Liquid Telecom. Yeah, so with Liquid, they have also integrated into 543, and I think my account doesn't really have the payment option here, but if you're buying bundles using Liquid Telecom, you would see that you also be able to pay using 543. We've got supermarkets like SGC where they have integrated their till into our system such that you can pay using your number through the till. So I think I'll leave my presentation there. I believe that there could be a number of questions in the chat, and I'll try and see if we can answer them. George, can I just fire on with the questions in the chat? Hello? Hello, Mark, are you guys there?
Kelvin, yes, we're still here. I think you can go ahead. I'm not sure what happened to George.
Okay, so I'm trying to find I noticed that there were a few questions that were popping up, but I don't see them anymore in the chat. Yes, so I see some of the answers. I think some of the questions are being answered. So let me see. So there's Mwendebai Ndumba, who says our organization account is registered with an email address of a staff member who has left the organization. Can we change that? Most certainly, that is very straightforward. I think, Mwendebai, if you don't mind sending an email to support@543.co.za, then we'll handle it for you. Obviously, this being a sensitive thing, I think there's a form that you may be asked to fill in just to make sure that the new email address is someone who's authorized. But it's a very straightforward change. Facebook, so from Facebook, I don't know if the name is, so this is Marita Lindua. I'm eager to hear if I can integrate the API on my app to resell some of the services. Certainly, Marita, I think we have shown you some of the API documents. I think because of time, we can't really go through the API documents, but I know our tech team is able to assist with guidance on the different APIs, be it airtime or bill payments or just payments or deposits and withdrawals. Then there is, I think Mandibai, there was the same question. Then there's some parity saying, I need API documents, you've shared your email address. I think those will be shared. We have a few developers on Facebook wanting more info on the APIs. Okay, let me just see if I go through the questions, then maybe we'll try and go through the API documents briefly. I'm wondering if your business plans to expand to other African countries, or is the plan to focus on your current markets before possibly expanding at a later stage? Michael Msevenzi, our plan, I think we've always seen ourselves as an international company, but I think more so as a Pan-African company. So we recently ventured into Ethiopia and in Ghana, and we definitely would like to expand into other markets. I must say to other fledgling entrepreneurs there that expanding into different markets is a huge undertaking. So I think for now, we're going to try and consolidate in the markets that we are in. The beauty is when you integrate into one of our API integrations, you also have access to our other integrations in the other markets. So you should be able to sell Ethio Telecom airtime, you should be able to sell Airtel Tigo airtime for Ghana. So yes, so I think to Michael Mserenzi, we are open to going into other markets. I think Peter Dakar has answered some of the questions. So Peter is our IT manager there. Is the bulk payment paid to the individual accounts or is it mobile money? So bulk payments is to bank accounts and mobile money, but how it works is that if you load a file and it's got a number and an amount, if the account hasn't registered on 543 Pay like I did on WhatsApp, the default account where the money will go to is the mobile money account. So if you do it, say, on an 095 number and you haven't registered, the money will go to your Zamtel Kwacha account. But if you go and say hello, then you pick your Atlas Mara as your default account, your money will go into your Atlas Mara account. I'm here to look at the API docs, but I was wondering if the API is RESTful. So the API for payments as well as EVD, they are SOAP web services. Then for SMS and USSD, that is HTTP post. Then please place email address here. We will, I think, Mark, if you can just type for us there the support address. I think that's what's when Dabai is asking. Then Kalumbu Pupe is asking, we've noted the migration to a new web interface is a very good, but MTN data bundles daily, weekly, monthly, now only show price and no quantity in the MBs. Yes, we have seen that, and our development team is going to change to show the units. I know that you're referring to the old platform, which does have the which does show to say, okay, this is DSTV for 12 months or for 1 month or whatever it may be. So that is being addressed, and we hope maybe within the next month that will be resolved. So before I go back to the API documents, I don't know if there is anyone who has more questions.
I think most of the questions have been answered, but a lot of them are asking for your contact details. So I've asked Marka to share it in the chat. I mean, that's support. I can also, I'll share this in the chat as well.
Okay, so I think that that has been shared, and you know, our call center number is 543, or the WhatsApp number, which is the 260-211-840008. So the same WhatsApp number is also our call center number. You can dial the 543 or call that number. But I think because I understand there's some members who use the web portal, so support at 543 is enough. For those that are doing integrations, these will fall under the projects at 543 at cgrade.co.zm or at 543. I think I may have missed an S there, so it's projects at cgrade.co.zm. Yeah, so you can email those teams, and the teams will be able to share the API documents. You can create your sandbox credentials on your own, or we can create them for you, and our team will be able to guide. So now, if I were to, is there any particular API document that you are interested in? Is it the airtime one or the payments one that I can quickly peruse through? We've got about 7 minutes, so we can try and hash out. Sorry?
I'm saying the first answer was payment, so we can go with payment.
Okay. So on the payments, let me just share my screen. So on the payments, I must say that the team that that works with these API documents a lot is Wesley and Peter there, but I will try and guide these. Firstly, I think one of the things that we've noticed that people struggle with when integrating, I can see even in the document there's some of our contact details there. One thing we've noticed that people struggle with when integrating is particularly it's the security part. So from a security point of view, I just want to touch on that as I go to the actual payments functions. So just want to see, just hold on. So on page 32, there's this security piece. So with this API, so we use WS security. And by WS security, that means that in the security header, I think I'm moving too fast. Let me just come down here. I just want to show you an example. So we use WS security, which means that you in the header, you're expected to put in your user ID and the password. This is the part that most people sometimes struggle with, but just thought I highlight that. Now, if I were to go to the payments, so the payments is very simple. We've seen some of the guys who are pretty sharp integrate within a day. So with the payment here, all that's required, so you can see the security header at the top there. So let's say I'm processing a payment. So that's the SOAP envelope with the SOAP header. Now, in the body there, you can see that there is process customer payment, the amount, the mobile number of the person paying, and the reference. That's it that is required. And from this now, we'll be able to determine the default account, or it will go straight to the Airtel Money or MTN account, depending on if the person is not registered. And you get a response code with the response code and the status and the payment ID, and the payment is done. So you're expected to implement the process payment, or let's say your request times out, you can query the status of your payment by putting in your payment reference, and it will tell you the status of the transaction. So this query customer payment is very important, because with MTN, sometimes MTN takes as much as 10 minutes to respond, and that's because they have the ability to push a request to a customer, and the customer may actually ignore it and only authorize after, say, 6-7 minutes. So if you do get a timeout, it's important to continue querying the next 10 minutes. It doesn't give a good customer experience, but we assume that if a customer is the one who has taken long, then they know that they can't get a successful response if they haven't put in the app pin. So there's a query customer payment, and there's also another function called reverse payment. Just want to see if I can find it. So reverse payment, you can reverse a payment, and I think that applies to the issuers that have also exposed the reversal function. And because money has been credited into your account, the reversal of the payment is allowed, because we will be debiting the money that has been put into your account. So that's on the payments and the security. And the fee on payments is for every payment that's done, you're charged 2.5%, and 2.5%. So that means that if you do 100 kwacha, only 97.5 is credited to your account. And if you now want to liquidate those funds, you can liquidate the money by either selling airtime, you can transfer it to any bank of your choice. I think we've got about 3 minutes. Maybe I can quickly share that as well. Just a moment. So if I'm doing a payment, say I want to pay, I've received money now into my 543 account. People have been paying through my app, through my whatever it is, and I now want to move my money. So you can see here, I've got 3 beneficiaries. So I can actually transfer money to my Stanbic or my MTN Money account, and you don't really need to know the sort codes or any of these things. So you can liquidate by transferring money. You can also do deposits. You can do airtime or whatever it may be. So when you've got an account, you've got access. Your account will give you access to USSD, WhatsApp, online, all the different platforms that we have. I don't know if there's more questions. Just want to see question and answer. There's a question, I think, under question answer. Yeah, it says, hence when I sign up, it means I can send and receive money using my WhatsApp account in connection to my bank account in Zambia, even if I travel out of Zambia. That is correct. So your money, when you send and receive, we will just assume, it will just be your account. One thing to note though is your WhatsApp account and the phone and your number have to be on the same phone, because when you're sending, you need to put in your PIN. So the push of the PIN will be done on your phone. And normally when you travel, you also roam on USSD. I'm currently working on an airtime banking system, but I'm curious how this is coming up, because it's got some instances that are kind of linked, that they link to your prototype design. So yes, Tundanji, you can use your current, you can integrate into us for your airtime banking system to sell airtime and bill payments, and yeah. Don't know, I think those were the two questions under the Q&A section. And through the chat, I think everything has been answered.
Okay. I missed most part of the presentation. Okay, so there's a request definitely that most of the participants have missed the presentation and they joined in quite late. But don't worry, we will share the recording with you on YouTube, and also you can go to our webinar page on the website, and you will find most of the content even with the previous webinars that we've had. From this, I will have to close the session because the questions are still coming in, and hopefully that the team can be able to also with you, the participant, and you can get at from the team at Bongo Hive. Would like to thank you so much, Kelvin and the team at Secret for this great, insightful. I would say that it was a very practical presentation. I think.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Yes, let me just close it. I'm just having a network issue. But yeah, thank you so much from the team, and hopefully that we could have another session with you, a more practical session with you. And yeah, hopefully that maybe we could continue the conversation as well. So we had a lot of startups as well were interested. We had a lot of fintech startups as well coming on board. I think that's also something for you to take on and try to see how best from the people that also attended. So from the Bongo Hive team, I'd like to thank you so much, and hopefully that we can have you do a more practical session again. Thanks.
Thanks, George.
Thank you, George.
Thank you for all the attendees.